Hello friends, I am Payal, your own IELTS and study abroad expert. In this video, we're going to discuss about the speaking module in IELTS. The speaking module is very important because if you get a good score in speaking, it can really boost your overall score. So a lot of people who are very good with their communication skills are usually overconfident about their spoken skills, and they do not really take this module seriously. They do not prepare in advance. But it is very important that if you have good communication skills and it is your strength, you should prepare the content nicely so that you can get an overall high score. Now in this video, the key takeaways is going to be the format of the speaking module. We would also discuss in detail about the first part of the speaking module, which is the introduction round. We would also discuss few questions which are commonly repeated, which come in the introduction round. So what is the format of the speaking module? It's a face-to-face interaction between the candidate and the examiner. And the first part is your introduction round, where you're going to be asked about 10 to 12 questions. It depends. And your second round is going to be your cue card topic, where you'll be given a topic with few subtopics written on a sheet of paper, which the examiner will hand over to you, and you can easily make your notes as well as you are thinking of the content. So you would get 1 minute to prepare yourself on the content, and then you will have to speak for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. Then the third round is the follow-up round, where the examiner is going to ask you questions based on the cue card topic. So now let's discuss the introduction round, which is the first part of the speaking module. So all the questions which are asked in the introduction round are scripted, which means the examiner cannot change the questions that he's been given to ask the candidate, and the total number of questions are going to be limited as well. So there are few things that you need to avoid while you are answering your questions in the introduction round. Number one, do not elaborate a lot, do not explain a lot, do not go astray and cover some irrelevant information or something which is not asked. You have to make sure that you answer only in about 2 to 3 sentences, so as to just explain what is asked and not elaborate too much in detail. For example, if you're asked the question, do you like chocolates? So you can probably, answer, yes, I love chocolates. And, I have a sweet tooth and I, like to, grab on a chocolate to feel energetic and, to feel good. But you need not add to it, my favorite chocolate is, Bounty or, Snickers, because that is not asked. So do not add any irrelevant information or something which is not asked, because that is going to reduce your band. Also, you don't really have to worry a lot on what you answer in the introduction round, because the weightage of the cue card is much more. It's about 60%. But then at the same time, the examiner is supposed to note the duration of each part. So probably when you're answering the questions in the speaking test, you would see the examiner making some notes. He's going to enter some points against each category as he observes you and listens to you, and also write the duration. So if your answers are too short, you'll probably answer those 10 to 12 questions in very less time. Or if your answers are too long, you would probably end up speaking for a long time. So if you're answering about 2 to 3 sentences on each question, it's good enough. It's going to be within the time limit that that has been allocated for the first round. Now the first round questions normally starts with some typical questions like, are you a student or a working professional? So one thing that you need to take care of is that speak full sentences. So the second thing that you need to avoid is, do not answer in monosyllables or single word, like single word answer. If I say, which is your favorite color? And you would say, the color that I like the most is black, and then maybe add with one more sentence. But if I ask you which is your favorite color and you simply answer black, it's going to have a negative impression on the examiner. So make sure you speak complete sentences and you give an answer for at least 2 to 3 sentences so as to cover whatever you want to say with respect to what is asked. But at the same time, do not give a lot of examples or explain situations which are not asked, because then it would go very long. And then you would realize that the examiner is interrupting you in between. And if that happens a number of times, it will definitely distract you. And somewhere it will impact your band. It may impact your band, although it is not clearly given as one of the parameters of evaluation. But it's all about the impression that the examiner builds about what you say and how you say. So he may just think that you're speaking too much, so it will somewhere impact your score. Then, the other question that he could ask you is, okay, where do you live? And for how many years you've been living here? And then you could be asked questions like, where is your hometown? How do you compare your hometown with, with the current city where you're living? And then you could be asked, so do you stay in a rented apartment or in an independent house? So what is a view that you get from the balcony of your house? Then there could be other questions like, what do you like to do on the weekends? So what do you wear on the weekdays and weekends? And which is your favorite cuisine? Do you often eat outside? How often do you eat outside? And when you go out for shopping, so what do you like to pick? And so usually the first few questions are generic about you, maybe about your background, about where you stay, what you do, etc. So you could also be asked like, what are the challenges that you face in your current job? What is the job profile? Do you like your job? Why or why not? Then towards the end, there would be 3-4 questions which would be based on a particular topic. For example, if he picks up the topic music, he might ask you, what kind of music do you listen to? Who is your favorite singer? And how do you de-stress yourself? And what kind of music do the youth in your country listen to? So there could be 3-4 questions based on a particular topic. The first few questions are going to be all about you. Where do you live? What do you do? Your hometown, your city, your job, your work, do you have friends, your family members, generic about you. And the last 3-4 questions are going to be covered on a particular topic. And as I said, do not get emotional about your answers. Do not speak a lot, because then definitely examiner is going to interrupt you, because he has that pressure of finishing the test within a timeline, because he's got back-to-back speaking tests. So there would be definitely a limited amount of time that has been allocated to every student. So to make sure you're not too crisp, you're not too short, and you're not too elaborate. So maybe 2-3 sentences on a particular question are good enough. So I hope this video was useful. In the upcoming videos, we're going to cover different points on how you can deal with your cue card topic and the third round. So you should always prepare the content in advance, because sometimes some of us are a little nervous and we are not able to think instantly on the spot. We're not that spontaneous, and if you are thinking a lot, or your content is not coming, you're not able to get the relevant content on the spot, you might end up fumbling. And if you have natural pauses, it's not a problem, but if you pause a lot, it would definitely impact your band. So in the upcoming videos, look forward to a lot of new tricks and strategies in all the modules, and a lot of useful information on different courses and universities to study abroad. So I hope this video was useful. Please like and share this video with all your friends. And if you have any comments, please drop it in the comment section below. And if you want us to make a video on any topic, feel free to drop a comment, and we will try to make it as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to us till now, please do it right away. Otherwise, you're missing out on a lot of latest updates, a lot of new tips and tricks and strategies. And we definitely want to be there till the end in this entire journey of fulfilling your international dreams. So subscribe to us right now. Thank you.